What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the Philly Frenzy podcast. As always, I'm your host, Matt. I'm here with my buddy, Rob. What's going on, Rob?
Not much, man. I'm happy to join into tonight's talk. Don't know how much I can contribute to the topic, but I'm here.
All right, and the topic tonight is NBA 2K21. We have a new, I don't want to call him a guest, I want to call him a new co-host on Thursdays and Fridays. So we would be three-man anchoring on Thursdays and Fridays. Let's go ahead and welcome King Tay. What's going on, King Tay?
What's going on, guys? Happy to be here.
All right, so tonight we're covering the FTVE wager that's starting to get set up over here. They have their first series tomorrow. It's a best of three. And they're running three different teams. And it's going to be very interesting. People that know my background when it comes to 2K, I actually was a part of FT at one point. So I'm going to be pulling for them a little bit more than VE. But Tay, do you see anything you want to speak about? Or you just got some questions?
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely have a lot of questions, man. I've been seeing a lot going on Twitter about this wager that's going down tomorrow, man. So I'm super excited. I definitely have a lot of questions, man.
Hello. Hello.
What's going on, Ginge?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
And what is going on, Pre? Got them both at the same time.
Yeah, can you hear me? Oh, there we
Yes,
go.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
All right. So right now, I'm just giving King Tay a quick rundown. King Tay is our 2K guy. What's going on with you guys in VE? This is something that seems like it's been brewing for a little bit of time here, right? With this wager.
Yeah, sure.
Tay, if you want to start with the questions, you go ahead and start with the questions with these two. I know a lot of decent information, and I'll cover some stuff once you get done asking your questions.
All right. Sounds good. First of all, man, how you guys doing tonight?
Doing all right, man. Just finished our prospect list for Xbox. Had that up on the stream. It's going really well, actually. So it's been a good night.
Yeah, no complaints. How about you?
Good deal. Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm pretty excited about this, man. I've been seeing on Twitter for the past couple of days about this wager that's coming up, man. And I see a lot of side bets and everything going on right now. So this is pretty crazy, man. So yeah, man, I just have a few questions, man. We sit back and have a good time. So well, first off, man, if you guys, man, could just let us know the details, man, of this big wager event that's going on.
I'll let Bree start.
Yeah, so we've kind of gone back and forth to be on the timeline, going back quite a few months now, I guess. And I don't know when the first talks of the wager really started, but it started to get serious. I want to say, I guess probably a month or two ago. And so basically, both clans are going to put together three teams of five. We've already put ours together, and then each team is going to have a best of three series against a team from the other clan. So it starts tomorrow, and then there's going to be one series tomorrow, one series Saturday, and one series on Sunday.
All right. And what is the actual pot, man, for the winner?
So that's going to be we're treating each series, for each team for each clan as its own series. So it's got its own pot. The first one, as of right now, it initially was going to be $500. All of our players and all of their players have agreed that they're going to double that. So the first series is now a $1,000 pot plus whatever those players put up in side bets and things like that. As far as we know right now, the second and the third series are 500 pot each. Obviously that's subject to change, just like the first one. If players all agree to, up the bet, up the pot and everything like that, they're more than welcome to.
I believe that it was originally 500 per team, I thought. So the total pot would be 1,000 for games 2 and 3. But the first game is going to be a total of 2,000, I believe, because each team's putting up 1,000.
Okay, that could very well be correct.
Woo! So I'm telling you, man, it's a lot on the line. It sounds like, guys, man. I'm pretty excited for this myself.
Oh yeah, this will be awesome. Great content for sure.
For sure,
Absolutely.
man. So where can we watch these wagers? Will it be on one platform, or where can we watch it?
We're going to have all of the streams posted from our FT clan page as it goes. I think it's going to be at least 3 different streams for FT. But if you guys go ahead and give the clan page a follow at FT Clan 2K, we're going to have all the streams posted as soon as the games are live, and we're going to be updating as the games go, as the series plays on.
Yeah, we'll also be having a watch party on one of our other leaders' Twitch's Prime Sanders, and he'll probably tweet out the link to when it's game time.
Okay, good deal. Sounds good to me, guys. So you guys heard it first here, man. Definitely follow at FT Clan 2K. Make sure that you hit that notification bell on their Twitter page. That way you can see all the notifications, man, and see what's going on. So, guys, is this the first wager that your clan has been in?
As a clan, yes, it actually is. You know, if we're talking clan versus clan, this is definitely the very first one.
Okay.
This is actually the first one that we've really even been offered that I'm aware of.
Wow.
Yeah, people have like talked about wager, like they'll say that semi-seriously, but this is the first time that there's actually been like a legitimate offer on the table with money put up. So
Gotcha. So my next question really was going to be how you guys clan have prepared for this wager. I'm imagining that's probably been a whole lot of practice, a whole lot of long nights, man. So yeah, how has the prep been for the wagers?
I know some of the teams we've put together have been like practicing on their own, playing scrimmages against other teams, and just practicing at such. But really, I mean, just playing the game in general as much as our guys do keeps them fresh and ready for really any game that they have to play. They just have to build chemistry at this point.
Exactly. So have you guys played yourselves?
We won't be playing in the wager. I mean, we play consistently and competitively, but we decided not to put ourselves on any of the teams for the wagers. We want to help get more exposure for some of our other clan members and give them a chance to win some free bread. You know.
Gotcha. Well, man, like I said before, man, I am super excited about this, man. And really, the last couple questions I really have for you guys, really as a clan in general, man, I was really wondering as far as the FT clan, where did it all begin for you guys, man? How long has the clan been running? And yeah, just let's start off there. How long has the clan been running, man?
I want to say a good 10 months, roughly 10 months.
Yeah, it was either last March or April, I believe, that we started. Yeah.
And so Pre and I were on the same team last pre and post draft, and we ended up making the clan with a few of our other teammates, Strictly Geeked and Stingray Jack. And you know, we've just Pre and I have handled the bulk of everything inside of the clan for quite some time now, but we kind of just came together and we've been rolling with it. You know, we recently got one of our not too long time members, but he's been in for a while. His name is Nate, and he's been really stepping up to be a big part of the clan and making a big difference with our recruits and our graphics and everything like that. He's been super helpful.
Right
Really,
on.
overall, it's been an awesome experience. Just like putting together a group of like-minded guys with similar goals and stuff, and like everybody's super supportive. We have a bunch of great guys who are really talented at different things, not just the game, but like Jin said, like graphics and design and such. And yeah, it's been really fun. Like putting together FT, watching it grow, helping it do the best it can.
That's really cool to hear, man. And it's crazy that you guys said it has only been going on for like roughly 10 months or so, because it really looked like it's took off pretty fast, man. That's pretty crazy to me how fast it took off. So I'll ask you guys another question, man. As far as, so you guys are the leader and the co-leader, am I right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as the workload, if someone's listening in and thinking about creating the clan or anything like that, like as far as the workload, being the creator of the clan and leader and co-leader, how has that been for you guys? How has the process been?
It was a lot harder to start than it has been to maintain. Having to go through and get your OG members, the people that are good enough for you to build a core around, and then also getting the logos done and getting your name out there, everything like that. It's definitely a process and it takes a lot of work. You definitely have to be motivated, and this has to be something that you want to do in order for it to thrive the way that it needs to.
Yeah, it's not the kind of thing that happens overnight. You have to really be dedicated to just improving the clan a little bit each day and sticking, like really sticking to your guns and trying to do things the right way, really, because it's a long process and it's not for everybody.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm a firm believer, man, that everything really starts with leadership, and really the vibes that the leaders kind of put off is kind of how the clan kind of forms together. And I really want to ask you guys, man, like how did you guys form such a good group of guys? I heard you say that you have a bunch of good group of guys in your clan, and everybody works together. How did you guys really pull that all in together?
So it hasn't always been that collective. We've definitely had to make some hard cuts and things like that where had to get rid of people that we were really close with. And it's rough as a leader whenever you have to do things like that and part ways with people that have been there, some of them since the beginning. But if they're not contributing the same way as others, you can't just let that slide and be like, oh, it's fine because they've been in forever. History is going to play a part in loyalty, but if somebody isn't in it like the other people around them anymore, then you do have to make changes. And so that's kind of what we've lived by, is we've gotten rid of the people that no longer have that same drive as our main contributors, and the people that are in, everything. They're liking and retweeting and shouting out our guys and always trying to, help everybody thrive. If they're not on the same level as those guys, then what are they doing for us? You know what I mean?
Exactly. For sure. So I had two more questions, guys. I really appreciate your time. So 2K League hopefuls, man. Do you in your clan, you guys doing pro-am and everything like that? Like I said, it seems like a lot of people is following you guys, are following what's going on. Do you have any 2K League hopefuls within some of your teams?
Oh, I'd say we probably got close to almost all of our players, just
Wow.
about.
Wow.
We've
Yeah,
got
absolutely.
actually I think you have probably a better list of who all is draft eligible this year within our
Yeah,
clan.
currently we have, excuse me, I believe we have, I want to say three currently draft eligible players. Um,
Wow, that's crazy.
let's see, we've but all of our players we believe have the at least the potential in them to become league caliber, and that's frankly one of the qualifications we think to get in. I mean, you have to have aspirations for the league, and those aspirations have to be at least somewhat realistic. Um, I'm trying to think, but I mean, we also have some excellent prospects that have, frankly, also just started this year. We have one of our most recent additions has been flying up people's boards, making a lot of noise, and we think he might. We have some younger guys too who aren't old enough for the league yet, that we think that when they come of age, like when they hit 18, that they could easily be like a first round pick in the league.
Right on, man. So it sounds like you guys really got some hoopers over there. So my last question, man, it's probably a funny question, but is there any last words that you guys want to say to the VE clan before it starts tomorrow night?
I just want them to keep that same energy after we sweep them.
Yes, sir. I like that.
Oh my goodness, my man is calling a sweep right here live on the podcast, everybody. We're calling for a sweep. Well, listen, man, I'm out the way now. That's pretty much all of my questions in this segment, man. But I really appreciate you guys. I'll definitely be chipping in throughout the rest of the show. Here you go, Matt. Take it over, man.
Ginge, Pre, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Yeah, they're good, man.
All right, so I just got, I guess you could say, three quick questions. I don't know how much of a hand you guys are going to play on the one question, but if possible, do you guys have all three squads?
We do.
We do, yeah.
Is that content we have to wait for, or is that something you guys would be willing to drop
And we've already dropped the first squad. That's been
with
posted
Bray?
on.
Yes.
Yeah, Bray, Pat, Sniper, Cat, and Chuba. I don't know. What do you think, Ginge?
I mean,
I mean, it's not going to change, you know?
right. Yes, it's set in stone, so I'm fine with giving it out.
Yeah. Okay. So our team 2 is going to be Bougie, who's actually draft eligible. Draft Bougie. Who else? So team
T-Jack?
2 is Bougie, T-Jack, Boxy, a teammate of Bougie's,
It's his
Brute.
twin brother.
Is it his twin brother?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense actually. Brute and who is
Goose.
and Goose? That's right. Goose will probably play the 4, Brute the 5,
Yep.
and then team 3. Well, you can tell them team 3.
Team 3 is Nate, Butot, Upload, King Yup, and Pearson. which is also better known as Deception.
Yeah, so we decided to put Deception in as a whole five because all five of their members are in FT, and so we liked the chemistry that they have. So we feel like that gives them a great shot in a wager against teams that or against a team that doesn't normally play together.
Makes a lot of sense. You guys put a lot of thought into, putting these lineups out there. You just didn't throw them together and say, "All right, we're playing with house money here."
No, no, right,
No, we
yeah.
definitely a lot of thought went into the teams.
Right, and that's why you see people like I saw Oreo on the timeline. He's like, "Why are y'all holding your punches? We're holding our punches because we got 3 teams that need to go out there and smack some ass. So we're gonna keep it so that all 3 teams are on that same caliber.
Yeah, we didn't just put like the best 5 on team 1 and the next best 5 on team 2. We really tried to build 3 like cohesive units.
All right, so for the next question, is this VEFT thing an actual beef or is this content purposes?
I think it started out kind of as beef, but I feel like it's definitely turned more into like a content type of thing. Like initially, like I personally like I always call VE shitters. Like anytime I play them, it's always like, oh my god, we're playing VE shitters. I think they suck. I don't think they're good at the game. And they get all butthurt, and anytime they beat me, like it's straight to the timeline. Like I am their Super Bowl. So that's why initially it was like a beef thing, because like, shut the hell up, kid. They're like that squeaky wheel. You just want them to go away.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some beef between some people, between the clans. I mean, I get along with a lot of people in VE, and I know a lot of people in FE do as well. But there's also some people in VE that I personally don't get along with, and same with a lot of other team members.
Yeah.
So it's definitely some of both. I think the level of beef hasn't really changed, but I think the level of content has gone up.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good explanation. I would like to go on record as saying I do like Monk, their leader, and Mondo. I like those 2 people.
Yeah, absolutely. They're good guys.
So with this wager taking place this weekend, is this something we can see out of FT in the future? Like, is this something you guys are going to be looking into doing with actual, like, different brands and different clans, or is this something that's just VE strictly?
I think we're going to play it by ear. If this goes well and it's kind of just like if it's a super blowout, I think that we'll set our sights on somebody like Too Cold and see, kind of move up the ladder and
work your way up.
Skill order, I would say. Because I know there's people like 4L and people like Eyeball, and they're like, can we get next? Can we get next? Like, no, you can't. Let us get our feet under us in this whole wager stuff, because 4L, they're arguably the best pro-am clan in the community, and that's how it is. I feel like we're a great group of guys. We got a great group of players, but 4L has definitely done their thing when it comes to recruiting the top notch players. And so
I think we're on our way, but we definitely have a ways to go. I mean, in a perfect world, I think this wagering thing would become a regular thing, but like Jin said, we got to play it by ear. This is our first wager. We want to see how it goes, and but yeah, ideally, this would just be the beginning.
Makes sense. Now your point guard for the first series actually just commented in the stream. Bray, would you consider Bray your best under 18 prospect? I've watched Bray play,
yeah,
and Bray's phenomenal. I don't want to say that right now because Bray's in the stream, but that was a question I had before he even got in here.
Okay, I would say that him and Dame are the top 2 right now in my eyes. Whenever you talk about under 18 prospects, those are the first 2 that's just like straight to my head. It's like those 2. They're there. They're the 2 that are gonna have eyes on them. They're gonna be the ones that the scouts look at. They get interviews. They make the pool. Like those are my 2 that I got my money on to be like the guys.
Bray, go cray.
All right. I think I'm good with questions. I understand where you guys are mindset wise when it comes to futures, where you guys think you're going to do this weekend. Tay, do you have anything else you want to ask them before we let them go?
Yeah, man, I actually got one more question. I kind of thought about it as you guys were talking. as far as I guess I'll call a regular season because it feels like what you guys are about to go into is like a playoff or NBA Finals type of matchup. But
Right.
like regular season that you have played against VE, if you can think on the top of your head, man, who do you think got the more? Who do you think got the best of each other so far in your guys' matchups?
Um, in general, I would say probably FT.
Yeah, I think recently I think that V has gotten a few wins over some FT teams, though I don't think they've gotten wins over our top caliber teams. They've gotten wins over teams that maybe have like one or two FT players, or not, or people, or teams full of people that aren't playing in the wager, for example.
Yeah.
But overall, I think definitely FT wins like the all-time series pretty handily.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, that's all the questions I got, guys.
Awesome. I really
All right.
appreciate y'all having us on, man.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thank you.
One last thing. I said I was gonna let you guys go,
Yeah,
but
no, that's fine.
Rob actually said he's got one question, so I'm gonna let him ask the question, and then I appreciate you guys coming on and spending time with us.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Just to gain one set of perspective we haven't really gone over. I'm not a big 2K head as much as you guys. I've played the game. I love the game. I'm a huge sports guy. I love the competitiveness of the 2K community. So for somebody who's not a 2K comp player,
Uh huh.
who might be listening to the stream, what what would be what would draw me to watching the stream, to watching this wager? Now I'm gonna watch it because you guys are on my podcast. So
Right.
this is something I've got to start getting more into
Uh
because
huh.
we are going to be covering it. But for a sports fan who doesn't really know too much about the 2K community, the esports community, what should be some factors that would draw them in?
For this in particular, I think, I mean, if you want to see the top level of 2K being played or people who are absolutely trying their best, it's when their own money's on the line, I think. Not even, I mean, probably even more so than a playoff series or something like that, just because, I mean, obviously, if you lose that, you don't win money. But in this case, if they lose, they have the potential to lose money. So I think if you really want to see the game played like at its absolute best by some really talented guys, I think you would definitely want to tune in.
Also, I mean, if you want, you can go throw some bets on FT and make some money.
Man, I'm thinking about it already. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, I'm a sports betting guy, so you don't have to twist my arm too hard to be.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
Man, I'm telling you, I might throw my side bets in. I ain't gonna hold you.
All the support is appreciated, fellas.
Absolutely, man.
All right,
Well,
so Ginge, appreciate you guys coming on. Make sure you follow FT Clan 2K on Twitter. You can follow Ginge at TOO _Ginge on Twitter, and then you also got the I believe he's got FT at the end of his name. Uh,
I'm gonna go look real quick. I got you. It is the pre-2 at the pre-2.
Thank you. The Pre2 also on Twitter. So make sure you go follow them too and follow their brand. They've been working on this brand for the last couple months, and the brand's gone from the bottom to making some noise on the timeline, making noise with the individuals on specific teams. They're doing their thing. If you are looking for young players that are coming up, FT's got a few of them. Keep an eye on them.
Appreciate y'all having us on, man. Y'all have a good night.
You
Yeah,
too.
thanks.
All right, y'all too, man. Appreciate it.
Tay, real quick, and then we'll wrap this up.
Yes, sir.
First, thank you for joining the show, the Philly Frenzy podcast. Rob and I are happy that you're here. You give us a perspective that we don't have when it comes to 2K right now and in the NBA. As I don't watch the NBA until it's playoff time because teams don't play defense. So you'll be helping us cover the NBA. And with me stepping away from the 2K community, I'm a little rusty, so I don't know exactly what's going on. I actually sat down last night and watched the Prestige Finals. I don't know if you caught any of that, Tay.
I did not, but I heard about it.
You want to go back and watch the Prestige Finals. Cooks had a series. He had Saint on skates almost all series. So that's a series. And not only did he have him on skates, one thing about Cooks that he does not get credit for, because he is at the bottom when it comes to certain prospect lists, the man has eyes.
Yep.
He creates for his teammates and then gets his points. See, and he's got 2 corner demons. Oreo and
Who plays
Fakey.
corner?
Oreo and Fakey.
Oh, that's right. Okay, gotcha.
Both of them guys, in my opinion, both should be in the league next year. Or this year. This upcoming draft. And not only with them two, the pick and roll on defense, with Notorious being a pest up and down the court over and over and over every single possession, and Dietrich being behind him. And when Notorious tells him he's good, Dietrich still sits there and he's like, all right, well, he's telling me he's good. And then he reads that he isn't good on the one play, and then he makes a fantastic play. That team right there, that ENG 5 that they had last night, I think that 5 against FT, against VE, against 4L, which I think Dietrich's part of 4L, and I think Fakey is. But that 5 right there, I feel like would knock off a lot of these clans 5s.
That's a big statement. I'm gonna have to watch them more closely. That's probably one of the teams I haven't really watched as much.
That's a team. I'm not sure if they're going to continue to stick together. It's an ENG sponsored team. They played Prestige together. I'm expecting all 5 to get drafted so that they won't be there post draft. But if for some reason they don't get drafted, I think that's a team that everyone should keep an eye on in post draft.
Well, you got my radar on them. You got so they won the Prestige last night.
They won Prestige. They actually went 7-0 in the whole tournament.
Jeez.
And like Pre just said, because he jumped into the stream, when you factor in their chemistry, that chemistry them 5 have is. I was watching the game, and I felt like I was on the court with them.
That's crazy.
Like, no moment got big for them. They stayed together, and you could tell they were having fun while being dominant.
Nothing like it.
Jelly, you'll get love tomorrow when you're on the show.
What's up, Jelly? I'm telling you, man, like chemistry, team chemistry, man, when everybody's on the same page, like it's really one band, one sound out there, man. When they're clicking like that, bro, when a team's clicking like that, there's nothing you can do to stop it, man. Nothing you can do to stop it.
But all right, let's wrap this up. Ginge, appreciate you guys coming on. FT versus VE starts tomorrow night. I got money on FT. They're winning the series. All 3 series, in my opinion.
Think it's gonna be a sweep too?
Yes, I do.
Oh, break out the brooms then.
When I was part of FT, I didn't like VE. So I understand where some of the frustration and these conversations started from. But I do take FT over VE fully over the weekend. Again, Tay, thank you. We will be speaking with you again on Saturday. We'll start covering a little bit of the actual NBA. And then Rob, as always, buddy, we'll be doing this again tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Got to keep grinding them out. Too much sports news not to be on here talking about it.
And everyone, have a good night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.